Stephen Libman, welcome to Flipping America.
Hey, thanks, Roger. Appreciate you having me, man.
What I want to know, I want to ask you the number one question I get from my listeners. You ready?
I'm ready.
I am broke and I have bad credit and I want to become a real estate investor. What can I do?
Well, so I think the first thing you need to recognize is why you're broke and why you have bad credit, right? And if those things are predicated on bad decisions, then you shouldn't be a real estate investor. I mean, look, when came out of college, I had bad credit and I was broke as well. But then I formulated a plan to fix that and create some income. And, we started a wholesale business where we would start to, wholesale a contract for 10 or 15 grand and, try to pay off some of these credit card debts and dig ourselves out of the hole. So I think, a lot of very successful people in my life all talk about mindset, core values, things like that, right? And it's not just all like mumbo jumbo. I mean, if you really take a look at your life and figure out why you have bad credit and why you are broke and the decisions that you're making that lead you down this path, then I think it's an important self discovery moment so that you can say, well, here's my not to do list, right? Meaning we all have a to do list, and it's like, oh, let me get this stuff done this week. Yeah, but what about your not to do list? What are you focusing on that you've made mistakes on in the past to not do again, right? So if you got divorced and that's what ruined your credit, right? Maybe don't do that again. If you made bad financial decisions to put yourself in credit card debt, why did you make those decisions? What positions were you in to make those decisions? So, first it's kind of self-actualization. Like everybody wants to hit the easy button and become a real estate investor and become an overnight millionaire. Well, that's just not reasonable. That's just not how it happens, right? The gurus that are teaching you that in a year or 2 years you're going to get rich, it's not reasonable. We've had our overnight success over the last 12 years. Um,
I often say to people, it is possible in this business that you can make all the money you will ever need in 5 years, but it probably won't be your first 5 years.
right. Yeah. Great point. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, I think that focusing on kind of why you're at where you're at is step one, right? And then formulating a plan to not be there anymore, and whether that's a 12 or 24 or 36-month plan, so that you can in that time frame begin investing, right? And what's great about that time frame is not only are you working on your plan to get out of debt and increase your credit score and save some money, right? Save an investment fund, save a just um, catastrophe fund, right? Like what happens if stuff goes wrong? Do I have an emergency fund?
Stephen,
And then as you're
go ahead. Go ahead.
you say as you're doing all that, now's a great time to do what I've done, right? Which is read all these books on all this information on investing so that I can be a better investor when I do have that money, because you don't want to do what most of us have done at some point in your life, which is lose what you've invested by making some mistakes, right? So learning from other people's wisdom during that time frame of setting your plan in motion is super important.
All right. What I started to say was I've asked many people that same question, and I've got to say, I think that's the best answer I've ever heard. So thank you for
I
that.
appreciate that.